Okay, welcome back to this time not reconnected. This time it's disconnected.
It's not really a welcome
member.
back, is it?
Well, no, the first episode of Disconnected.
First live episode of DisConnected. I remember he's inconsistent all the time, even in preparation.
It's true. He's consistently inconsistent.
It is unfortunate though. He got banned last week for saying something that had to be cut. So now,
that's true.
Now he's not here.
He's no longer with us on the podcast or even in real life.
Which also means no philosophy talk.
It's true. We're not going to spend an hour talking about philosophy, which that's a subject none of us are prepared for.
It's true. Although I was prepared for him to be here this week, which means all of my feedback is very Matt-oriented.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, there's got to be something. There's got to be something we can do.
I can talk about a few things. For example, we could talk about Spider-Man suits for 3 hours.
Oh my god. We could. We could actually... this is a thing we could do.
I have beaten Spider-Man recently, by the way. This is the setup now.
Oh,
which is I platinum Spider-Man just to spite Matt. He was like, "Oh, I got this one thing over you, and not anymore."
How long did it take?
3 days, give or take.
And it only took 3 days.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I'd done some of the tedious stuff like backpacks, though. I done way in advance, like when it came out.
Okay.
It's just so tedious, Josh. It's such an overrated game.
I mean, yeah, I would agree. It's not...
It's a really good game, but it's really overrated.
Yeah. It's like I mean, okay, I was going to say it's a standard movie tie-in, but it's definitely not a standard movie tie-in.
It's better than any movie tie-in.
Yeah. There are... I don't know of any actually good ones. Not off the top of my head, anyway.
Any good movie tie-ins?
No.
Jurassic Park.
Is that a movie tie-in?
Maybe. Technically no, but, Godzilla, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America.
I don't feel like these were ever games.
All of these are games. None
Seriously?
of these are lies.
They had...
Yes.
That's probably a good reason why I don't know about them.
Thor was really bad, from what I remember. Captain America was okay, but not anything special. Iron Man 1 and 2 were pretty janky, but they functioned and were sometimes fun.
Okay.
But rarely.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just a lot of the time they'll just kind of throw together. They'll work off like a template game, or it feels like they would, where it's just like this already done format, and just
none of them felt like template games.
Okay,
they all felt
pretty good,
built from the ground up.
Okay,
which you can take as a compliment, but it isn't.
Well, by template game, I mean it's like the game doesn't really do anything new. It just it takes a pre-existing.
In a way, they all fall into that trap. They took a pre-existing game format.
Yeah.
In the original Iron Man, the flying was pretty good.
Okay.
Which is something that you paid for, right? You want to fly as Iron Man.
That's one of the big reasons I would get an Iron Man game. Yeah.
I didn't ever play the Thor game, but I don't think there was much flying in it. Which is weird, because you have Thor. Flying man.
I would have... To be honest, I don't immediately relate Thor to flying.
Well, he more swings and tosses the hammer.
I would definitely...
It pulls him off the ground.
Yeah. I would definitely expect to be able to jump around quite a bit and... jump pretty far. Oh. Well, that...
And then Captain America is generally a boring superhero to play as.
Yeah. Just kind of...
there's not a huge amount of mobility.
Strong guy.
He's pretty much... Yeah, it's like go with shield.
Yeah.
which isn't overly interesting. I played it, but not very much. I remember that much.
I mean, you're not a huge fan of shields, though. So.
No, I'm a big fan of the shield hero, but I'm not a fan of shields.
No. Not in games.
Okay, but this is the problem, is that you would imagine I really like Bloodborne, because I don't use a shield.
Yeah.
Right? But it's worse somehow. Bloodborne is a worse game than Dark Souls 3.
I mean,
in raw gameplay, okay, and for me, in my personal subjective opinion, I think Bloodborne is worse than Dark Souls 3. That is not me saying Bloodborne is a bad game.
Yeah.
That is me saying I prefer Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
And I think I've come up with a reason.
Okay.
In Dark Souls, the enemies hit hard and are generally quite slow. Like, if you want to be, you can almost always be faster than they can be. But you have to sacrifice a lot to do that.
Okay.
My problem is, in Bloodborne, you can't sacrifice very much to be faster than your enemies, because there are hunters that do way more damage, hit way harder, and are really hard to avoid.
Yeah.
So it just kind of sucks in some ways. That, like, my style of play isn't rewarded, because very frequently enemies are just way faster than I am, and that's not how I play. I generally like to fight faster than my opponent, even though I hit less hard.
Yeah. Well, I think that's part of what the parrying, like the gun parry, is for. Which
I'm
is
sorry,
to, like,
did someone say parrying? All I heard there was, why parry when you could attack?
Well, it's to stop the enemy in their movements and allow you to do massive amounts of damage without wasting a lot of time.
You need to use a crutch. It's like shields; they're a crutch.
Sure. Protecting yourself as a crutch
that rewards you for pulling it off correctly. Sounds like a crutch. Oh, but you can't do it. I don't have to be able to do it to state that it's not worth anything and doesn't help.
Yeah, sure. That's fair.
In theory, and entirely hypothetically, because obviously the only true way to play Dark Souls 3 is using dual sellsword blades.
I definitely disagree.
Twin blades.
I definitely disagree.
Hypothetically, shields could be the optimal way to play the game.
You should only play Dark Souls 3 with a hammer and nothing more.
Not even a controller.
No. You have to use voice commands. That would be awful.
Oh no.
That would be absolute. I wonder if. Oh, that reminded me. Like the time Twitch played Pokemon.
It took them a while. I don't like how they did Twitch plays Pokemon in the end, though.
No.
Really good at the beginning, but they added a democracy system.
Okay.
So it would vote move.
Oh, so it took time to.
Yeah, instead of it would vote every like however many things, I think, and then it would just take the highest rated one. So trolls couldn't interfere. But that was like the best part.
Yeah, that seemed...
The best part was fighting trolls and having this queued list of actions.
So, I mean, well, how often was it accepting actions?
Anytime an action could be taken, it would accept an action.
So it was like very, very frequently.
Yeah. Here's what I liked about Twitch Plays Pokemon originally, is that in theory, it's like monkeys and typewriters.
I mean, yeah.
In that eventually Red will make it to the end of the game.
Yeah.
And you will see, like, 3 hours before it happens, the list of commands that will get him there.
Yeah.
But once you add the democracy system, it stops being that.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like a group of people playing Pokemon, and it's less impressive.
Yeah. It's less interesting to watch, because, you know, it's not just going to be... Well, okay, but then the original kind of thing where it's just making a load of like it would pretty much be random, right? Like, because there will be a load of people. It was never
random.
Well, there's going to be loads of people trying to screw with it, right?
Yeah, there are, but there was more people trying than there were people screwing over. So like progress was always being made.
Okay. I feel like that would just get very old though, because at a certain point you're just watching a slow playthrough of Pokemon.
Well, the thing to consider is that it was never like the same group of people playing.
Yeah.
It was lots of different groups of people playing, swapping in and out over time. And then you would get updates occasionally. It went on for weeks.
Wow.
I mean, they went through multiple Pokemon games in the end, but the interest died off immediately as Red was finished.
Okay. I mean, that's expected.
Blue, actually. Yeah, it's expected. I think like the Twitch Plays Emerald was like 300 people max, which compared to the 150,000 it ended up guessing is not overly impressive.
150,000?
Yeah.
Wait, like concurrent?
Yep.
Oh my god.
It was a phenomenon at the time.
Yeah. I remember hearing about it a bit, but I never like kind of this is before like I was I looked at much. Yeah, I'm look, I'm very hip now. I am down with all of the kids.
How often are you on Discord?
Okay, well, I didn't say I'm down with Discord.
Discord is the new kid on the block.
I think you'll find that's TikTok.
You're right.
I'm not on TikTok, actually.
You're on TikTok?
No, I'm not. I don't like TikTok anymore. It was okay in the beginning.
Are you saying it was okay in the beginning when it was like a bullying website?
It wasn't. Okay, it was a little bit of a bullying website, but there were some funny ones that weren't like so harmful. They were just more
bullying?
There were more fun trollings. There were no terrible.
Okay, they weren't all terrible, but some of them were pretty bad.
All I saw was from like various YouTubers like looking at TikTok videos. So I saw like a very filtered version.
Yeah, I guess you saw exclusively the good ones.
Yeah.
As opposed to...
That's probably why I liked it then.
I mean, I didn't use it. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you. I'm actually a big TikTok content creator.
Were you the hit or miss girl?
I was the hit or miss girl.
Oh my god. It all makes sense now.
That's why I can do the hit or miss song perfectly. Because you don't actually have to sing it, because it's like a lip sync. I think everyone can do the hit or miss song now.
Yeah.
Even my parents who have never heard it.
They could do it. I don't think they probably shouldn't. But they could.
How dare you? My parents are hip and down with the kids.
Okay.
When I say down with the kids, I mean like the 1970s, 1980s kids.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The Gen Xers.
Yeah.
And the boomers.
Oh no. You can't say that anymore. It's such
Is that a slur?
People are trying to make it a slur.
That's like me saying my name is Lewis and then them calling me Lewis and I'm like, just stop, it's bullying. It's like, you called yourself this thing, it's not offensive.
Yeah, it existed before people said okay boomer.
It did. And I love OK Boomer. I mean, it's a terrible meme and people need to stop with it, but like as a genuine response to people who are just like belligerent, OK Boomer is great because it completely dismisses them. It's just like, I do not even think it's worth the time to explain to you why you're wrong. You are so objectively wrong here.
It's like, you're irredeemable. I can't even... There's no way to deal with you other than just ignoring.
I love it.
It is.
I haven't turned 21 because I'm not rude. I will, allow people to have their misinformed beliefs.
You definitely wouldn't.
And as a centrist, I think both sides are as bad as each other. As a true fence sitter.
Yeah.
In any event, it's always two sides.
What if there's three?
Even better. I can be more in the center now.
But there's no fence to sit on.
It's like a pole.
Oh, that just sounds painful.
Well, after fence sitting for so long and being in these situations so frequently, I've just developed a knack, a skill for sitting on poles.
that does sound like quite a skill, honestly.
It does. You should be proud to know someone such as I.
You know what I am. I'm sorry I ever doubted you.
Anyway, when we started this podcast, you were like, we'll never be able to make it. I doubt you so much. And look at us now. Still haven't uploaded a video.
Oh, we're so successful. Look, we made it to episode 6.
Well, this is actually episode 5, because this is episode 1 of DisConnected.
Oh, but it's... Oh.
It is distinctly different. It will be on the same feed, but this will be DisConnected episode 1.
Wait, so is it going to be its own playlist?
It's its own show, and it's on the same feed, but it's different.
So it will be in the it'll be in the same playlist. It's just completely different, except exactly the same minus one person.
Okay, I'll put this into like a clear way for you. If ReConnected is EastEnders, we're Coronation Street. Functionally identical. The cast is a bit different.
Okay, that pretty much sums it up. I've not watched either of those shows, but I'm
aware of them.
I'm aware too, and they always seem terrible, like absolutely terrible to me.
Well, I watched 10 seasons of Smallville and have 4 episodes left.
A truly terrible show.
I don't know how much I can judge. Because so last week I was saying I have the raw end of the deal, and I never finished as to why. Yeah. Because Matt interrupted me as he's a rude dude, that's why he's been banned.
He's a rude dude with an attitude.
Exactly. So I was talking about how I have the raw end of the deal, because Matt only has to watch 1 episode of Smallville a week.
Yeah.
I have to rewatch 1 episode of Smallville a week.
Yeah, it's true.
Who gets it worse off? The one who doesn't know how bad it's going to get, or the one who knows exactly how bad it's going to get?
Rewatching something bad must really suck.
Yeah. Oh, and this is the first one of the show, of course. Even though this is DisConnected, I legally don't have to. If you would go back and rewatch episode 3 of ReConnected, that would be great. Just those views up so that Matt can be punished, and he can't make a comment this week. So
no, can't defend himself. We can say whatever we want, and he can't defend himself.
Oh wait, I can, can't I? Yeah, but I can't say anything too bad because he'll get offended.
Well,
Matt's a sensitive boy.
I mean,
I hope he's listening to this. He should be, because he's not on it.
He probably won't, though.
That's a good point. We can say whatever we want. He does no work. Come on, dude.
He does no work.
Yeah.
I mean, well, he kind of set up the website initially for us.
Did he, though? Because I ended up making that website, and it's not great, but I'm the one who did it.
I think it looks feed,
right. And I set up the Apple, and I set up the Spotify.
Wait, did you?
And you did the YouTube.
Didn't he set up the Apple and Spotify?
No, he didn't. He made the accounts, which I'm not counting as much effort on his part.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that's fair, I guess. And yeah, and then I've done
the editing and the YouTube channel.
He did upload the first 3 to the YouTube channel, but then we did have to redo it, and I've done the redos.
Because of some changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he hasn't turned up to the prep sessions in 2 weeks, because he cancelled one, and you cancelled the other.
Yeah. I mean, well, he was banned for a reason. I guess this is just another reason to add to the list.
The worst part is, when he told us he was banning himself, he told us the moment we started the call to try and record, so we had no idea we were doing this today.
I know.
And if we had known, we would have done it in person, and we would have had we could have seen each other face to face.
Yeah, we could have had a more a more proper podcast where we can actually talk to each other properly, rather than trying to gauge responses purely by voice
and over a delay.
Yeah, and over a delay. That doesn't help.
So actually, Matt's got a really good deal here.
He has. It's pretty good.
I want his deal.
I mean, you could switch roles. You could be you could hand over handling all the show notes and
he would not do the show notes well, I don't think.
Well, the thing is, you just go, no, that's not right. I'm doing it now.
Yeah, I got some control issues, Josh. This is a well-known fact.
Oh, don't we all?
Yeah, we all do. I reckon if I tried to do some of the audio, you'd just tell me shut up and let me do it.
Well, yeah, because it just makes way more sense for me to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes way more sense for me to do the show notes because I don't trust Matt in the slightest.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't do it each week either. It's the longest job that we have.
It really is.
So
I feel like you should
reasons.
I feel like you should write it down during the episode.
It wouldn't work.
No,
because then I'd be distracted, and you'd also find that I'm the only co-host on this thing other than you. So I don't think you want me distracted right now.
For this one, yeah, it doesn't work so well.
And also, checking for errors still has to be done, so I might as well do the show notes at the same time. Come on.
Okay, that's true.
And speaking of errors, I made a mistake.
Oh.
And unlike you, Josh, I can admit when I make a mistake.
Can I not? Wait, what?
Are you admitting you made a mistake right now? I think
I
not.
just don't. I don't know what you're referring to, honestly.
So last week on ReConnected, which is not this show, I said 15 to 16 hours, so unenjoyable hours, is what it would take to put me off of a game.
Sorry?
I said last week 15 to 16 unenjoyable hours is what puts me off, would stop me from playing through the game.
Okay.
This is not true. 15 to 16 neutral hours.
Neutral hours?
Yeah, leaning to boring.
Okay.
I'll give you a hint. I made this realization while I was platinuming Spider-Man this weekend. And then, as has been established already, I find Spider-Man an overrated game.
Yeah.
And the bits of it I find overrated are the random crimes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so cool to jump in and stop a crime. And it's well, it isn't though, is it? Most of the time you won't be able to just solve the crime. You have to just sit there and fight. That's not solving a crime in the same way.
Yeah. I mean,
and also,
it's probably
the enemies
fun for
get
the first
so
few
tanky.
times. Yeah.
They're too strong.
Yeah, that sounds...
That was my second mistake as well.
If you're not able to just deal with it quite quickly, then yeah, that sounds like it would get very annoying.
It just has a lot of busy work, and I think that's Spider-Man's main problem is it's continuous busy work of just, oh, go here, pick up this backpack, take a picture of this thing, take a secret photo of this.
Yeah. It doesn't...
Oh, stop these 15 crimes, each of which takes about 3 minutes to get to and then solve, and you have to wait for them to spawn.
Oh, gosh.
Now do this in every district.
That kind of stuff really does just feel pointless. It's put in there just to increase, the average playtime.
I'm usually okay with that stuff. I think it's just because it had a random element. If it listed all of the things on the map, I think that would have been fine. Actually, I think that would have been better. If it, instead of having a random crime has occurred throughout the city, it was just, at this spot there is a crime. You can go here and stop this crime. Is it unrealistic? Yes. Would it allow for better curated crimes? Yeah, it would. They'd be better, more interesting. You have some unique dialogue with some NPCs.
Yeah.
I think that's what you need.
I don't know if it would like entirely fix the problem though, because it's still going to be like a lot of repetitive content.
It would be a lot of repetitive content, but at least there would be something like unique about it. Currently, there's nothing unique. If you've done one district, it's the same as doing them all, because the dialogue is almost always the same.
Yeah.
The actual event is pretty much the same because New York is a fairly uninspired city. When it's grid layout.
Yeah.
So areas of New York look very similar to each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, okay. To be honest, when I first saw that game though, I was a bit taken aback by like how good it looks.
It looks good, but graphics wear off after a while.
Yeah.
You just adjust.
Yeah. At least with these types of games.
With all kind of games, I think. Like, you play The Sims and it will look janky, and then after a while, you're just playing The Sims.
Well, I don't know. Stylized games, I think, like they hold up. Like Spider-Man PS4 isn't like a particularly stylized game, like graphically.
No, I think I'm gonna regret saying this in like 10 years, but it's the kind of thing that looks pretty realistic now.
Yeah.
So I think it will hold up for a long time in ways that like Lara Croft didn't.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong.
That makes sense. Like
I could be very wrong.
Yeah. Like SNES games, like they hold up now. They're not.
I'm really bothered how you didn't say SNES.
Okay, SNES.
You said SNES. Like SNES. It's correct, but
I know that's what I
only ever hear them called SNES games.
I wouldn't say a NES. I'd say an NES. So it just kind of it seemed more proper to say SNES. Just because it's just
but it rolls off the
Nintendo.
tongue better than NES.
That's true. I don't know. It's just more consistent. Yeah.
I'm not gonna judge you. Except I was feeling that out.
Honestly, I felt a little judged.
You should, honestly. I'm lying when I say that. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm judging you immensely.
Yeah, I feel it. Like it's actually the judgment is tangible.
As it should be.
Yeah.
But I want to comment because you were saying how pretty it looks. And then that usually gets paired with the comment, "Oh, it feels so good to swing around the city as Spider-Man." Man, does that get old?
I don't even think it felt that good.
It felt good. I don't know what you're talking about.
I honestly,
it had no precision, but like long swings felt good.
There was one mechanic that I thought was really weird, or like how it felt at least, and that's the so you can like fall faster downwards.
Yeah, if you
and
press
that
the middle stick.
Yeah, and that feels really odd because you're just being forced down really suddenly, but not actually that much more quickly out of nowhere.
And then you get really close to the character as well.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even feel good to do.
It feels like one of those fake kind of speed boost things where like...
Well, you get a visual effect, but your speed is literally not changed.
Yeah, it doesn't feel fast. It just feels like they're doing that.
It felt slower to me than when I just let myself fall. Because you go into the same animation, you're more zoomed out. Yeah. Which is what you need.
Yeah, more zoomed out generally means like faster in most games I've played.
But not in Spider-Man. Spider-Man's too good for that.
It is. It's honestly above it.
There was another point I wanted to make, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I remember now. The controls are really not unintuitive. They're really unresponsive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you found this while you were playing it like a year ago or whenever you played it, but if you're swinging along and you want to make a quick turn, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to press like left 2, L2, and then I'm going to like web shot myself in that direction.
Yeah.
using the control that is designed to let you do that, you will press L2 and then like a second or two later it will then start,
Oh,
which
really?
sucks because it makes that control fundamentally useless.
Yeah, because you're not then able to like change the direction with it. It's just, well, is that for the separate web shooters?
That's so that you can aim. It's like
Oh,
the mode that
that's
gives
the
you more
aiming
control
button?
over your aim,
Okay, cool.
and it slows
Yeah,
down time. But the problem is it slows down time 2 seconds after you want it to. So you have to predict that you want to do something and then do it. But if I was going to predict what I wanted to do, I wouldn't have made the mistake in the first place.
Does it really have that much of a delay?
It feels like it. I mean,
Okay.
it could be like entirely in my head. But I was doing the Taskmaster drone challenges, and frequently I would like mess up a jump very slightly and be like, oh, okay, I'll just press L2 and correct myself. And it would be slower, but like it will be like it's a skill thing. I can use my own skill with a controller and like positioning to correct my course. And like, nope, you're just gonna hit the floor before it even works.
Okay, that's.
Or you're gonna be too low down. And it's like, well, that was pointless.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if at least while swinging, I probably would never use that, even if it was like instantly slowing it down.
You just turn
it's slowing it down. I want to keep the flow of the swinging.
The swinging isn't fast enough for my taste.
No, it wasn't for me either. Well, because it kind of reached a point where you couldn't go any faster.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I guess that's fair, but it doesn't feel fast enough.
Yeah, you would get upgrades that give you like 10% swing speed.
I really want it to be more tight to physics.
You say that. I don't think you do. Not in the way it's currently designed. If it was on PC and you could use a mouse, I think absolutely physics-based like swinging, which you could manually position.
That would be pretty good.
Like the Attack on Titan tribute game, link in the description, where you would be able to manually place your two different like 3D maneuvering gear. And it worked.
But is this the one that we played before?
Yeah, this is the one that we played.
That was pretty fun.
It's pretty fun. It was made by one person.
Yeah.
To like emulate Attack on Titan. And it's pretty much a Spider-Man game. So with a little bit of tweaking, you could easily adapt that system onto PC.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you actually can't easily do it.
I think
but it doesn't seem like it's too difficult.
I think it would be difficult to like tune right so that it doesn't feel unnecessarily hard to swing like that. Because I remember struggling a lot with
hard.
I remember struggling a lot with the Attack on Titan one.
We got pretty good at it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I think
we played it more than you.
That's true. That is true.
Like we'd get to the point where you could like swing across the city and whip into a Titan and kill it. I doubt I could do it now, but we got really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just practice. I think that's what Spider-Man needed more of, is like the ability to develop your actual skills as you played, instead of just, oh, Spider-Man now swings faster. It's like, well, no, can I get better at the timing so that I can be really good at Spider-Man and like get faster and faster and faster? Like you can still have a cap on it, but its cap was too low.
Like actually mastering the game's mechanics rather than just leveling a thing up to make you play better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely like that idea more.
Maybe it wouldn't have been as like, I'm going to sound like a hipster. Like, forgive me if I do. As like mainstream, if that was the case, because it like, because I understand the issue with this is that like, I frequently find in games that are way too hard for me to play, that I enjoy playing, it's like, I'm just not going to bother. Like, I spend way too much of my time doing this, I'm making no progress, and it stops being fun. Like, a little bit in. And in some ways, that's why the easy setting exists, so that you can play the game and experience it, but not have to play it on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
Like, case in point, Halo Lasso. No reasonable person who didn't really want to do Lasso would do Lasso.
It's insane.
I bring this up because we recently just beat Sword Base after trying it again. And we got through it in like an hour and a bit. It was a bit tedious. We used a few speedrun strats, killed no enemies, but we're getting better. and
Oh,
sword base
God.
is a hard mission. But I would never expect a normal person to do that level on
Yeah.
lasso,
I
because
don't
it's
think a normal person
unreasonable.
would.
And yeah, I don't think any reasonable person would. Like me and Pep Ben, and that's like about it. And like the 5 other people who do lasso. I know that like a load of people have already beaten it, and that makes me sad. But I can't find someone who's consistently willing to play it with me. So
Yeah.
apparently, it's too much for even Pep Ben.
That's wow, really.
Yeah, it's a lot for Joanna though.
Yeah.
They
They're
cannot
not-
handle it.
It's fair.
It's tedious and boring if you don't enjoy that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's tedious and boring if you don't enjoy tedious and boring things.
Which I do, generally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you decided you were going to platinum Spider-Man just to spite
But I did
Matt.
enjoy Spider-Man enough that it wasn't terrible. If he'd done Bloodborne, I wouldn't have platinum Bloodborne just to like spite him. It would have taken too long. It wouldn't have been something I really wanted to do.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been playing Bloodborne again recently, if this hasn't been clear. I finally beat Cleric Beast and Father Gascoigne for the first time. Yeah, that's right.
You've started your journey. Congratulations.
I've started my journey. Thank you. I appreciate it. I think only like 40% of people ever actually get and beat the Cleric Beast.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems very low.
Well, the first thing to consider is that Cleric Beast is an optional boss. So you don't actually have to do it.
Oh, really?
Even though I think everyone will think it is the first boss. Because the easier path, the path of least resistance, is the one with the Cleric Beast on it.
Okay. But only 40%.
Only 40%.
I guess.
And then Father Gascoigne's even harder than that. I had trouble with Father Gascoigne, but I didn't have any trouble with the Cleric Beast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No trouble at all.
I don't think so. I beat it first try.
I guess it's more similar to like Dark Souls type bosses.
It is. My problem with Bloodborne, I'm gonna just to quickly loop back to Bloodborne, is it wants you to play aggressively, and I don't really like playing aggressively too much. I mean, I do, but in select circumstances. I don't like ranged enemies in these kind of games. That's my issue. And a lot of the enemies happen to be ranged, and there's no rolling, and it's no keyboard and mouse, and I just feel like I'm out of my element.
Oh yeah, of course you're not used to playing that with a controller.
Feels worse.
Does it? Oh,
less precise.
But you have the lock on.
Yeah.
You don't need to be aiming at enemies. What feels less precise?
Moving, dodging.
Moving and dodging.
My timing as well. I'm faster on a keyboard than I am on a controller.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
There's so many reasons why I want to use a keyboard, and I think I could plug one in, but I don't think it's designed for it.
No.
I don't think
it probably wouldn't work. I wouldn't expect it to anyway.
And also it's really laggy.
Blessed
by the PC Master Race, I'm used to 60 FPS, and now that I return back to the realm of the peasants, Father Gascoigne's laggy when you attack him a lot because he bleeds a lot, and then he fills your screen, and the particles get too much, and the game drops to like 15 FPS.
Jeez, that's like
fun.
It's like the only game that I wish, that I wish like actually came from being like PlayStation exclusive to.
It's the only game.
PC. Well, I don't know if there's anything else really. It's like one of the only games. I mean, Last of Us maybe. But
I like The Last of Us, but I haven't played it. But I like the story.
But it has a good story.
I don't think it's necessary to come over to PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get almost everything you need from the story just by playing it, but not by watching it.
Yeah.
Like the cutscenes as a film.
Yeah, that's true. I think the gameplay was fun at points. It definitely got a bit repetitive.
I think a lot of games get repetitive when they don't. It depends how they focus on the mechanics. Like The Last of Us and Spider-Man and like Dragon Quest Builders and all of these games, they don't require you to learn mechanics better. They're very frequently just do the mechanics over and over and get numerical upgrades. Back on upgrade systems again.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Of course.
Whereas things like Dark Souls require you to master their mechanics, and then you can focus on sort of numerical. You can't play Dark Souls with like a load of numeric upgrades and not get better at the game because you'll just die to a load of stuff.
Yeah,
but that's not true with Spider-Man, I don't think.
You can still die really quickly even if you've got all of the upgrades.
But the opposite is also true. You can beat Bloodborne and Dark Souls without any upgrades.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would, but you can.
It definitely seems like an insane thing to do. Like
it's
you
the
do
last run of Dark Souls.
Actually, I think there may be some bosses that you can't because of I think maybe some of them heal more than
Dark Souls. No bosses heal. I'm gonna say infinitely, but they don't heal in a way that you can't stop. I think it's I can't remember the name of Dark Souls 3, but it's like the big horde of enemies. It will like heal itself and kill them.
Yeah.
But you can like stop it from healing by killing it faster or by killing the things it's going to heal from, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean I would imagine that would still take a while. Like
I've seen a speedrun of like is it Wretched or like the worst guy?
Yeah,
or, like level 4 guy who runs around with his fists.
Yeah,
and like he does a lot of damage.
Really?
And surprisingly.
Well, I mean, are they leveling up like any stats at all?
I mean, it's a speedrun, so not really. Like, let's say they level up 4 times, it's not going to change anything. It'll still be worse than a normal character.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty impressive.
And even if he did level up, he's still using just his fists and no armor. Like, he's still going to die in 2 hits.
Yeah. I mean, if that.
Yeah, if that. So you got to play well.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm not good at Bloodborne in the same way I'm good at Dark Souls, so I can't beat it.
No.
I'm struggling.
You're out of your element. It's
out of my element.
You can't be faster than everything else.
Nope. Bring me more Halo. That's what I need. I want to beat Halo some more.
I want them to release the other ones.
So have you even beaten Reach yet?
I haven't beaten Reach yet.
Why not?
Because I've been playing the multiplayer. It's fun.
You're a disgrace.
Look, I never
haven't even beaten the game on easy, let alone legendary solo in 3 hours. I don't recommend anyone do that, by the way. It's not
okay. I'll just do lassos. I'll just do the lasso run.
Slasso is terrible, by the way. Like, normal lasso is fine, right? You could get through it, but Slasso is unbeatable, I think.
What? Slasso?
Solo
what?
legendary all skulls on.
Oh.
You know, where it resets back to, like, the start of the mission when you die, instead of the last checkpoint.
Yeah, I'll do it. I won't.
Do you know Knight of Solace, legendary all skulls on?
It sounds so terrible.
Yeah, it is. It's dreadful.
So I imagine you just die in one hit.
You don't die in one hit.
2
you can
hits?
actually tank a lot of stuff. The problem generally is on Long Night Solace is the ships do way too much damage to you when you're in the ship segment. So you have to do that ship segment and the run to it over and over and over again. The bit afterwards, it's bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it wouldn't be easy, but it would probably be easier than the ship segment because you can die in like 4 hits in the ship.
That's insane.
You can't dodge. Yeah, I know. It's insane. That's why you don't do it solo. You do it with a co-op buddy.
Yeah.
Like, you can double the gunfire on the range. Enemies don't get much harder when you add a second person.
Yeah. I think people can respawn, can't they?
No.
Oh no.
Because someone dies, you get checkpointed.
That's so brutal. Why?
But it's fine because we know
it?
speedrun strats now, so we don't have to worry.
like going through doors.
Yeah. We know the Nightfall walkthrough door glitch. If you're with a co-op buddy, the co-op buddy can't stand next to the forklift
Oh,
because
really?
it will spawn enemies.
Oh, like on.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
so you can't do that.
So they just have to wait until like you've gotten to the end of that area.
You have to wait to get teleported through. You basically have to stay on the bridge before you can like skip through a wall on Nightfall.
Okay.
But we haven't done that mission yet.
Have you not?
The one we did do was the most recent one we did was Oni Sword Base, which has 3 speedrun things that you could do, which was press one button through the floor, press another button through the floor, and skip all of the enemies in the second area. So the last area. That's
wait,
that's
is
the
that the
speedrun
one,
strat.
Is that the one we tried?
I don't know. What one did we try?
It was like the race thing.
Oh yeah,
like
that's Oni
vehicle
Sword Base.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
So that
Terrible, truly.
terrible?
You get into that first section where you have to kill the enemies.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's let Cat do most of the work until Cat can't kill elites anymore because she doesn't do enough damage fast enough, ever.
Oh, God.
She theoretically can kill elites. She'll never do it.
Really?
Yeah, because she ducks into cover and gets grenaded and everything rolls and regains its shield. And
that's insane.
Her gun does less damage and it's terrible. So the optimal strat is to melee them in the back.
Really? So you have to get
because
behind
they instantly
them.
die if you melee them in the back.
How feasible is that most of the time?
So I'm pretty good at doing it now because I, proud as I am, wasted an hour of my life and did I did Lone Wolf up to 150,000 points to get the achievement.
What's Lone Wolf?
It's the mission where you cannot die at all. Because if you die, it ends the mission. Spoilers, by the way.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Noble 6 does not make it off of Reach, although it does show you that at the beginning.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's a cutscene which shows a helmet in the ground.
Okay.
Which is Noble 6's.
Yeah.
Seriously, a spoiler for this 8-year-old game.
Is that only 8 years old?
2011.
Really? Wow.
Yep. Is it only 8 years old?
I thought it was older, honestly.
The original Halo is like approaching 20 years old.
Wow.
I think it's 2001, so 2021 it'll be 20.
Jeez, that is pretty old.
It's almost as old as I am.
That's insane. That is weird.
Which is the next one to come out as well for the whole, Halo thing. I'm not looking forward to it.
No,
not because I played Reach when I was younger, when I was like 12.
Yeah.
But I didn't play. I played the original Combat Evolved, so the remake of Combat Evolved a bit, but not a huge amount.
Yeah,
and it just didn't click for me at the time. So
okay,
maybe it will this time.
Hopefully.
Apparently, it's quite hard to, and we've got a lasso and beat it in 3 hours.
I mean, you
not
don't
the
have
same
to
run.
do that.
Nope, we have to.
Okay, I guess you have to. It's official.
What part are you not understanding? It's on the achievement list. I have to do
it. Oh, you're right. Yeah. It's compulsory.
Exactly. It's compulsory.
You see an achievement and you have to get the achievement.
I mean, we were talking about games that I've perfected last episode.
Yeah.
And we were saying, oh, you perfected Megamind and you perfected Toy Story 3. What are you, crazy? I also perfected The Sims 3 Pets.
I think you are crazy.
And I wanted to play The Sims 3 Pets and I realised the achievement list is quite doable. So I did it.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, there was a little bit of grinding at the end. I spent like 3 hours completing trivial wishes for people so that I could like get the 500 thing to complete all the challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe that better because I haven't played it in a long time. Probably like 2-ish years, 2.5 years. So I don't really know what I'm talking. I played the like normal Sims 3, but that's not the same as playing it on PS3.
Okay. That is not like a franchise of games I was ever interested in as a kid.
I like The Sims because you can like spend a lot of time getting your sim lots of skills and getting a good job where you sit there and not doing any of those things, and then you can put their children in basements and like make up stories about them. It's like RimWorld but PG.
Yeah, that's yeah. I think it's something I would find more interesting now, but yeah, I like the shooty games. That's what I like.
Games.
I still
you
like
don't play Halo
games.
though, so
I never had an Xbox.
Yeah, but you don't play it now. You haven't beaten it. You said so yourself.
No, I've been playing the multiplayer a bit.
Why?
Because the multiplayer is fun, and I never got to play it as a kid.
I'm gonna be honest.
Fun.
I don't find the Halo multiplayer fun.
No,
the maps are unintuitive. The weapons don't feel good to use against players. Because it's just lots of like shooting into shield and then you instantly die.
Yeah, that's true. It's
which I don't find greatly fun.
Yeah, I think most of the reason it's fun to me is just because it's new. Like that's pretty much it.
The problem I have is that a lot of the missions don't have like they don't have vehicles or that's about it. Vehicles.
Yeah.
It just feels like a lot of the maps are dark and dingy with no vehicles and like instant kill weapons.
I like maps with like quite a few vehicles around.
But there aren't any. Like none of the quick modes have them, and the long modes don't reward any XP because they have XP caps.
I mean, I'm not too bothered about XP, honestly.
I'm a bit bothered by it because I kind of want some of the rewards because there are some fun rewards in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that they should reward XP relative to playtime. Like, give them mild bonuses for doing well, but like, just make it so that if you play games, you get loads of XP.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, reward me for playing a game. Don't reward me for like getting absurdly good at one game mode.
Yeah.
Because like, if I wanted XP, I would just play SWAT infinitely because the games are quick and I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to play SWAT all the time. I want to play like Capture the Flag and Oddball and never Griffball.
No, always Griffball.
Have you been playing it?
I played it like once or twice.
Yeah, you're a degenerate if you enjoy it.
It was fun for the first few times.
It just gets this. It's just tedious.
Yeah.
It didn't just. It's football, but worse.
Yeah. You just insta killing people or getting insta killed, and then eventually you just forget about the enemy who has the ball, and they get around you.
If you can't tell, I'm a very like long-term goal-oriented person. So a couple of games of Griffball or like SWAT don't interest me because it's short-term, like reward. Which is why I like doing longer things, like Lasso.
I would say I enjoy the more short-term stuff. I mean,
there's just no payoff to it.
Yeah, but I think the like doing the campaign stuff, the story isn't something that really interests me at all, and it just feels like it's just slower than the multiplayer is, and I guess that's why I play the multiplayer. It's
slower, but like you actually have a chance to play it without being insta-killed randomly at points. Like that's why I kind of like the campaign. Frequently when I'm playing multiplayer, it's just like, oh, I walked around a corner and instantly got headshot by a sniper.
Great. That's true. I
I
don't.
walked around the corner. Oh, there's a wraith there. I'm now dead. Good to know.
I mean, I haven't been playing on many vehicle maps recently. I think
The
I've
vehicles
been doing...
generally aren't that threatening relative to like normal players with just rocket launchers who are like, oh yeah, I picked this up from over in the
rocket
corner
launcher
there.
is insane.
You can go and pick that up if you'd like, but it's not there because I'm holding it. Oh, and I spawned next to it as well, so I get it now. And it's just like, I'd rather play on a more fair playing field than like, this guy just had a weapon that's objectively better than my weapon. I cannot beat that.
That was something I kind of enjoyed, like at least originally when like when I played it like around like with a group of friends like in secondary school.
With a group of friends, I think it can be fun because
you
can like sit and laugh and joke and like whatever.
Yeah.
But I can't sit and laugh and joke with people on the enemy team in like an online lobby too easily.
Yeah. It's, I mean, unless there's voice chat, I think it could, not as easily, definitely.
The problem is they have to be willing to do it. And, like, yeah, some might, but like I don't want to go online and do that and then like get nothing back, and it's like, well, this game is lost.
But then
no fun to be found here.
Then again, better kind of games for that sort of experience would be like GTA 5 roleplay or like similar kind of things. So we could say,
yeah, but GTA has issues too, which is you can't play it. Like I think GTA would be a really good GTA Online would be a really good game if you didn't have to spend absurd amount of real life money to make money, hack, or grind for 6 hours a day every day so that you can have some fun for like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's absurdly expensive.
Like, I enjoy those businesses. I would probably enjoy them more if you let me do it in a private lobby so I didn't get instantly killed by people.
Yeah.
Right? Because like I want to buy like some fun vehicles and mess about with some friends, and it ends up being like, you know, oh, I'll do some business stuff. Oh, I got killed by someone. Oh, I'll wait for a private lobby then, I guess. And then you wait for a private lobby and you get one. It's like, oh, great, this was really boring for 5 hours. I didn't even earn enough money.
That game would have been so much more fun if you just had access to the content that they made for it.
Yeah, I don't think I've bought any of the like new stuff from GTA 5.
No.
Maybe one of the new cars, like 2013 cars, possibly.
Yeah. I
came
bought
over
like
from console.
I bought like one expensive car and then was like, okay, well, I don't have any money now.
And like, I'm not gonna lie, having those expensive cars is nice.
Yeah.
But I would much prefer if, for example, there was a decent reward for playing, like just dicking about in the overworld.
Yeah. Was there?
Like, there's no reward. There's just nothing.
Oh.
But I'd like a decent reward.
Yeah.
I'd like armored trucks to be like difficult to get, but like you and your group of friends can go down and like heist the armored truck in the overworld and not do a very strict, rigid heist that you can't mess around with. I feel like they should have made the heists more like world events than anything. And to be fair, this opens up to the criticism I just had, which is you just get killed by other players for the sake of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, they kind of if I remember rightly, they did kind of have something along the lines of what you're saying. Not in terms of heists, but like world events where you can, I think you can go to a particular point in the map or like choose to enter into this lobby event that's happening.
Is that just the contest thing though, where it's like do a wheelie, or is it an actual thing?
I think there are some more things like one player is like the beast or something, and they have
that's the problem with that is that that's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying like they have that kind of system already there. They could implement it with like more of a heist like theme.
I don't know. I feel like GTA needs to like step back away from its like wacky, crazy antics and be like, yeah, let's be like a relatively serious like crime game with some wacky elements.
Yeah.
I think it's gone too far in the wrong direction. If you look at Saints Row is not like the pinnacle of gaming, don't get me wrong. Like, I've had my fair share of complaints about it. But
Definitely.
it knows what it's trying to be.
Yeah.
Like, it knows that it's not the relatively serious crime game with some wacky elements. It's now, oh, you're in a simulation and you're the president and you're trying to defeat an alien by, like, just shooting simulated aliens with a dubstep gun.
Yeah. It definitely knows what it wants to do.
But GTA's like, oh, we've got flying cars, we're doing a doomsday heist, and there's nuclear weapons and all of this like espionage stuff. And it's like, could we not have had a single player campaign about that instead? Like, your doomsday heist isn't interesting to me because you haven't fleshed it out in a way that's interesting. Because you needed to make it repeatable so that people could genuinely farm money. But we've done the doomsday heist and it's not fun.
Did you finish it? Did you?
We did some of it. It was boring. Like, you can't do it on hard because it's really hard.
It's really hard. Well, you need those items that you can't buy yet because you don't have enough money to be able to do it properly.
Yeah, I don't get. Well, I know what Rockstar's business model is.
Yeah.
And like, I'm fine with them charging for money. I just like it if, for example, it wasn't the only way to actually make money.
I think there would definitely be people that I guess they wouldn't get nearly as much money if it was like, if those items were more easily obtainable by like the regular player, then the regular player wouldn't spend like the one, like, you know, they wouldn't make that one purchase of like £10.
Yeah, but I've already bought the game 3 times, right? Like, they don't need more money out of me.
You don't really get anything extra for having bought it 3 times as well.
Well, you don't. Like, I bought it on PS3 because I wanted to play it then. Then it went to PS4, and I thought, oh, first-person mode, you know, I want to play it on like higher res or higher frame rate or whatever. And then I bought it on PC for modding, right? Like, like, give me some credit here, Rockstar. Like, I've bought your game enough.
You spent like £150 on the same game. I don't think it was that much. No,
it's probably closer to about 120.
Still,
it's a lot.
That's only one game. It's just
it's only one game,
and two of which you probably won't play again.
Yeah, it's unlikely I'll play the non-PC version, but the PC version got released later. Like, this is the thing, Rockstar's like, this is why I don't buy Rockstar games anymore, because they do things exclusively for monetary value, which I know they're a company, but like, I would like some like decency from them every once in a while. And they make predatory microtransaction games.
I'm sure they made more than enough money off of the initial sales of GTA 5.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. It made like a huge amount of money, like $1 billion.
Releases. Like,
Josh, it's made like $1 billion. It's not even like worth thinking about how much money.
And then the microtransactions. It's just insane. It is insane.
This is why I didn't buy Red Dead 2, because like, I know that they're just gonna like continuously do predatory microtransaction bullshit.
That one seems like it would be less fun to play as well. Like, like multiplayer wise.
Oh, I think like a Wild West multiplayer is probably fine.
I mean, I guess I don't really know what that would be to do.
What is there to do in GTA 5? Like, answer me honestly. What do you do in GTA 5?
I mean, yeah, I guess there's not
shoot people
huge...
and fight players. The difference is they don't have rocket launchers and orbital like cannons. They have like revolvers and horses, and you know, you can basically just play a bounty hunter for a bit in like an open world.
I would say the environment
hunting down players
is less...
for value.
I would say the environment is a little less interesting though.
I don't think it is really. I think it's as interesting as they make it.
Okay, but it's still going to be like more spaced out environments with just a load of rocks and grass.
Look at GTA 5. What is there other than just buildings? Wow, a building I can't enter, and another building I can't enter, and another building I can't enter.
Having the buildings there though does add a little interest. I mean,
yeah, it's a little
based
interest,
off
but
a
like,
real place as well.
That's true, but like in the same vein, I can just say, yeah, what if they made the terrain interesting to traverse through, interesting to fight in? What if there were things to do in the terrain that weren't just terrain? Right? Like I could like suppose all these things.
Yeah.
Like you could. I don't think it's fair. I don't think the Red Dead 2 multiplayer is very good from what I've seen of it. But like they could do these interesting things and encourage like. I think they need to understand what they want to do. They want a PvP game or do they want a PvE game? Because all of their missions and things in the online are all PvE, yet everything else is PvP.
Yeah.
And like the orbital cannon is a weapon that exists, where it just nukes a lobby. Enjoy.
In Red Dead?
Yeah, we'll just do it in Red Dead 2. Wild West, gone in a blink of an eye.
Yeah. Just allow people to upgrade their horses as well. To have exploding horses on Impact.
I mean, you joke, but having horses that improve as you use them wouldn't be like the worst thing.
No. That wouldn't be too bad, I guess.
I just don't think Rockstar makes good multiplayer games. I think that's my point.
I think they started off really quite well with GTA 5.
They did. No, it was really good on launch.
But they just didn't go in the right direction with it. That's all.
Yeah, like, do you remember the most expensive car in GTA 5 used to be 2 mil or something like that? And that was like the fastest, best car in the game.
Yeah.
It had some other problems, where it's like you had to win 50 races to get upgrades, and that sucked. But they could have, for instance, removed that and then added more things to do that didn't highly exceed that cost. Right? Well, like still the highest thing you could buy would be that car. Right? And the cheaper like variants just looked different, but they were never as statistically good.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't matter because people would still drive the one they liked the most.
Yeah. Just having like different variants of the same kind of spec one.
Yeah. I don't know, most of GTA 5 just doesn't feel fair to me. I think that's my main issue with it.
Yeah.
Because all the time it's like, oh, I don't have more money than you, so you just win.
Yeah. Because there's enough people that spend like hundreds of pounds on the game and buy everything that there's enough of those people that to just randomly come and kill you with like their whatever jet they have, or like their flipping hover car, their DeLorean.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it, honestly, because I was just thinking, well, they have these items that I'm talking about. When I think about it, they have like the gold Luxor, which is I think like 20 mil, and they have the yacht, which is like 50 mil or 100 mil, and they're like completely optional. You do not have to care about them items.
Yeah.
Right? Like, why do you use the yacht to have a yacht?
Oh,
why do you have the gold Luxor? Because you want a gold Luxor. That's it. That's the difference.
Yeah.
So it's nice having those high cost items that like this is what you can put your money into.
Yeah.
But like everything's really expensive in GTA. Every single thing you do costs money.
It's
cargo
really
destroyed
expensive.
costs money. Ammo costs money. It should, but it shouldn't cost like 100,000.
Yeah, you can.
Which I think it ends up costing something near that if you buy every ammo.
I think I did get to the point where like to buy all ammo or to refill all ammo got to like 100,000.
It just shouldn't cost that much.
No. It's a
it should be like to refill your ammo should cost about like 5% of the mission you just did.
Yeah. Well, I'm to
get through the ammo you use to do it.
Yeah. To be fair, I think I was like, well, one, you hold like tons of ammo, and two, I think I like burned.
But you burn
most
through
of that ammo. Well,
it's all rockets. That's what the cost is.
Yeah, those are really expensive. Those like the explosives and rockets are really expensive.
I'm just going to throw it out there. Rockstar's a bad company.
Yeah.
With Bethesda on that. I don't know how they've done it. Like, you go back 6 years, GTA 5 comes out, it's a great game.
Yeah.
And GTA Online is, like a perfectly serviceable online mode. And then now it's like it's terrible. The same thing with Bethesda. It's like, oh, we made good games in the past, and now we don't.
Yeah. I don't know. Are they doing a GTA 6? I feel like they probably will, but
I'm not looking forward to it.
I think I kind of would. I think it would at least be interesting to see what happens with it.
It would have to have a really good single player for me to even consider it.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the business model. I don't really want to support that.
Well,
or they're just not buying it would not support that. Like, not buying the monetary systems I don't like. But I feel like the more they do this, it's just going to be like, there's going to be less and less story. Like, look at Fallout 4, for example. There's less story, less dialogue options, less work put into it. And they just it feels like they just threw it out the door. Look at Fallout 76, where they removed NPCs. And the game is a buggy nightmare.
What is even happening with that game now? Because
frankly, I don't know.
The last I heard was that it's still absolutely awful to play. Everyone, pretty much everyone who wanted to play the game was getting screwed over, with items getting deleted. That
they got banned.
They were getting banned, unable to play the game. The game would just completely break with just with crashing and things not loading, and then nothing
and
really
not
seemed to be being. Yeah. It also didn't really seem that interesting to play in the first place, and nothing seemed like it was being done to fix anything. As well.
Cardinal Sin #1. It's not a fun game. Fallout New Vegas was a buggy nightmare that crashed a lot. And you know what? People love it. Because once the bugs are fixed, it's a good game.
Yeah.
But Fallout 76 isn't like that. Even when they fix all the bugs, the game isn't good enough, so they have to improve it. And in doing so, they introduce more bugs.
Yeah. I really think they should have just, very early on, just called it and just refunded everyone.
Yeah.
It was a failure from the start.
This is why I don't support pre-ordering.
Yeah.
And why I tend not to. If it depends how expensive it is. I pre-ordered Halo Master Chief Collection because it was £30 for 6 games, which is like a $5 a game.
Yeah.
So I'll take the hit. That's on me.
It's also games that were already made. This,
and it's functional at launch. It works.
Yeah.
I mean, it did. It was buggy at launch. You would get achievements for doing things you didn't do.
But if that's all, if that's really all that's happening, so it's a downside better than Fallout 76.
Yeah, you compare those two, and it's okay, so Halo launched a full game with some updated graphics. They ported over all the old multiplayer maps, and it works with a really bad UI. I'll take it over, literally can't play it, bad UI, laggy, disconnecting.
Oh, and stupid microtransactions still.
And the Atom Shop exists. Did you know that Halo Reach does not have microtransactions?
It's great. It's refreshing,
Halo Master
honestly.
Collection does, because all the games are microtransactions, but,
That doesn't really count.
Not very micro, is it? It's just buying a game and adding it onto an already existing game.
Buying a game. Yeah, that's.
Should we get on to something more positive?
Yeah, let's stop talking about how how so many game companies are not.
Everything sucks.
Yeah.
So we're going to do something a bit more positive, which is had some more D&D happen.
Ah,
Because we said like 2 weeks ago, oh, you've had your last D&D for the year. Turns out, not so true. We're playing it online now.
yeah.
It wasn't super eventful because we had some technical issues,
Oh,
as frequently occurs.
is this
when
using
trying to
tabletop?
No, we're using Roll20, which I don't like as much, but is free. So
No.
there is that. And there
Yeah.
are macros that make things work, which you don't get on Roll20.
I guess
The Roll20
this
is nicer for just using.
Is this actually dedicated to D&D as well?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So you can press buttons and have things happen. It's very nice.
Okay.
So this week, there are very few deaths.
You say very few, so there was some?
Yep.
Oh.
None of the player characters died.
Oh.
So this week we were doing a lot of like finishing up side quests, so we can move on to the next chapter.
Yeah.
So we stalked a graveyard looking for a necromancer, found some skeletons, beat some skeletons up. Helps having a cleric.
Of course.
So we did that one. We'd already done the Order of the Gauntlet quest. We did something. I'm convinced we did something. But I don't know what.
Must have done something. You spent that time somehow.
We went into the sewers because Nessun's apparently been arrested. From the week that I missed, Nessun got very arrested.
Very arrested.
Very arrested. He's in prison.
What did they do?
So now we have Inferno, an automaton, who is a wild magic sorcerer because they're faulty. And we're rolling on the D10,000 wild magic table. And
D10,000?
Yeah, and he rolled, you cannot go within 1 mile of your own home.
Okay.
Until you dam the nearest river.
What?
Yep.
Well, okay.
So, cheated the system a bit. We went into the sewers, and it counts as a flowing water source from a okay. So we dammed up the sewer a bit.
By damned, you mean
we made a little bit of a little stream, and then we put some rocks in the way.
Okay.
Hence,
at first, I thought
damned.
you meant cursing it.
Oh no, not at all. But I think Tim might now be cursed.
Oh no.
He broke his oath.
His oath?
Yeah, so we went to deal with... We had a quest from the Lord's Alliance saying, there's this guy, I can't remember his name, go and kill him. Quietly.
Okay.
And Tim, as you may remember, doesn't like killing people. Believes that no one should be killed, ever.
Is this
under any
pacifist?
Circumstances. He's not a pacifist.
Okay.
Doesn't kill people.
Just doesn't kill people.
Willing to break shins.
Okay.
Nice guy.
Yeah, nice guy willing to break shins.
So we go and fight them. So Tim casts spiritual weapon, attacks them with that. Has a good old rousing fight. And the others are there too. They kill 2 Kenkus, which Tim is not on board with, but you could justify it. He didn't do it though. He didn't go for the kill.
Okay.
He then holds the target thereafter. And he's like, okay, now we just beat him up because we can non-lethally do it.
Yeah.
I moved my spectral weapon into place, so Tim's got it there. He doesn't look particularly injured.
Okay.
Then comes Goldor's turn. Goldor annihilates him. Because when someone's paralyzed, they get every hit on them if you are within 5 feet as a crit. Which for us means maximum damage.
Oh no.
Right?
Yeah, so
actually, I think it means a little bit more. It means a little bit more than maximum damage as well. It's like max damage on 1 die plus a roll.
Okay. So instead of beating them within an inch of their life, just mash them into the ground.
Well, he's still alive, and I asked the DM, does he look particularly injured? And he goes, He looks injured, but not too badly. So I'm like, well,
Okay.
ordering matters here because you can't non-lethally hit someone with a spectral weapon, but you can non-lethally hit someone with a physical weapon.
Okay.
So I used spiritual weapon first. Like, okay, this won't kill him.
Yeah.
Well, you may have died.
Oh. But how?
So I killed him with a spectral weapon.
Oh,
it's guaranteed crit.
Oh.
But I rolled pretty well.
Oh.
So
poor guy.
He's dead. Poor guy. Poor Tim.
Well,
Tim swore not to kill anyone, and he killed someone, and then got a round of applause from the party.
yeah, that doesn't sound like a fun situation to be in.
It is very much not a fun situation to be in.
Having what you find like deeply offensive being applauded.
So I'm thinking of taking Tim in a different direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of taking Tim into like, oh, he liked it. He's into the thrill of killing someone.
Oh no.
And he's slowly killing more and more people.
He's got a taste for blood.
Yeah, so I might have him be like very hesitant to kill people for a bit in the next couple of sessions. But like as he kills more and more,
yeah,
he starts to get into, because his greatest fear in life is that he becomes a killer.
Oh, so you're gonna make him you're gonna have him become.
I'm gonna make him become his greatest fear.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah. So that's the path I've decided to take. Tim might end up dead. And the party without a cleric is very, very, very bad.
You need to
especially
make
when Nezin's not around.
You need to make sure that this guy is like the most brutal person ever.
Later. For now, they're going to be still hesitant.
Oh, yeah.
But like, that's the thing about killing people. It gets easier as you do it more. So,
like,
Tim's going to become a psycho.
I'm talking about, like, on the verge of killing all of his party members.
That's a bit too far.
I said on the verge. He wouldn't end up doing it, but he'd knock them down.
Tim would already do that.
Oh, okay.
Tim is already willing to fight his party for his values.
Okay.
He doesn't, because it never comes to it, but he's willing.
He's always ready.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be. The forces of darkness and the cold grip of death is creeping around every corner. You never know when it's going to be there. You have to be always ready.
You do.
Which is why Tim never takes off his armor.
Never.
Never.
Not for sleeping.
It's like the rhino. It's fused to his skin.
So he washes with the armor on.
That's a bold assertion.
He doesn't wash.
There we go. That's Tim.
Good old.
It's his natural musk.
That's not nice.
Tim is a very charming man.
Oh, that would be terrible when he starts killing a load of people and getting so much blood over him.
Yeah, do you remember? He hasn't killed anyone thus far, so not much blood on him.
Wait until a few weeks down the line.
They're calling the Red Cleric. He'll walk around in fully red armor, and they're like, "What color was that originally?" It's like, "Oh, it was like white and gold. Why is it red? Oh, it's the blood of my enemies."
I'd like him to say it kind of like that, like very, very pleasantly.
I mean, it's alright.
Yeah,
just a bit of O positive.
You can be a psychopath and still be friendly.
I think most psychopaths are charming. The scary part about them.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you know who else scares me?
Who?
Homelander. That's right, we're doing something I meant to do last week. Matt's not here for it.
Homelander?
Yeah, I told you to watch The Boys, like, in August, right? Because I was watching it in a hotel room, and I messaged you, and I was like, "You should watch The Boys."
Oh, The Boys. I forgot that was a thing.
How dare you?
I know.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of Homelander.
What? So who is Homelander?
So Homelander is like a Superman ripoff.
Okay.
But he's Superman without the morals.
Oh, okay, cool.
Kind of like Ultraman.
Yeah.
If you were aware of Ultraman.
I am not.
So he just kills indiscriminately. He has no sense of right or wrong.
Okay.
He's a genuinely intimidating presence, and I think that's the worst part about him.
The worst part?
Well, it's the best part about him, but like, it's
okay.
the thing that really gets you is that, like, generally with these kind of characters, like, you look at Dio, you don't feel intimidated by Dio in any meaningful way. Because you're like, hey, it's just like a over the top, whatever.
Yeah.
But the guy who plays Homelander really sells it.
Like, it's actually, like, uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's not, like, wholly unsympathetic either.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes it worse in some ways, of like, oh, I kind of feel a bit. I kind of get it.
I guess then it's like, is this like a well-written character then? And well played?
Yeah, this is a well-written,
like,
well-played character and a very good series, and it's like, oh, yeah. No. He's just intimidating. I think that's the if Superman is evil story.
Yeah.
Like Injustice.
And done better than...
But if Injustice
Brightburn.
was about a sociopath.
Brightburn could have been good.
Who was Brightburn?
Brightburn was like I think it was called Brightburn. But it was like if Superman was evil, that film... it's like the kids... Like the young teenager Superman, I think. But he was like...
I don't know.
Like the entire premise was like he was just like unhinged or something. And the parent...
I mean, that is what Homelander is.
But it was more
Homelander
like
is very unhinged.
I think this one was more like they just were insane and just like killed.
I've just looked up Brightburn. It does not look like a good film.
I don't think it was.
It has
I never saw it. But...
6 out of 10, which is about the same rating The Witcher currently has, I believe. But the thing with The Witcher is, I like it, so I'm going to put up with it.
I think one thing I heard about Brightburn, which kind of makes me not want to see it, is that apparently all there is to it is that premise, and that's it. It doesn't go any deeper than that. It's just Superman is bad. There you go.
I think Chronicle is probably a better example of like if a superhero goes bad.
Yeah,
because Chronicle is very well reviewed.
I am not familiar with that.
So Chronicle is it's 3 guys who get telekinesis.
Yeah,
and then they learn to live with their powers.
Okay,
and it shows like what happens when certain types of people get their powers. So I'm going to spoil Chronicle for a bit because they're just going to. This discussion can't happen without spoiling Chronicle.
Okay.
So there's 3 characters. I cannot remember any of their names, so I'm going to look.
That would make sense.
Have you seen The Amazing Spider-Man, by the way? This is related.
Oh, really? I've seen
yeah, because the Green Goblin in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the main character of this film.
Okay. I don't...
Okay, so there's Andrew, Matt, and Steve.
Okay.
So Andrew is in like a broken home. His mum is dying and then dies in the film. His father's an alcoholic and abusive. And then there's Matt, who is... I know, right? He's not here. So Matt's like the boring character of the film, and that's not a dig at real Matt, in that he doesn't really do anything until the end.
Okay.
He kind of has a little relationship with one of the other characters in the film, but it's what it is. And then there's Steve, who is like a popular guy who isn't friends with Andrew before the film, but they grow to be friends as they move through the film.
Okay.
And as Andrew's mother dies and he becomes more mentally unstable, he kills Steve and then like terrorizes the world for a bit. Not like he doesn't like actually succeed. He like starts lifting up buses and hitting people and killing people, and he tries to kill his dad, and then Matt comes in and kills him. And that's like the film.
Okay.
So, spoilers over. Although that's like the big one.
That was a lot. That was a lot of spoilers.
So knowing the ending of the film doesn't ruin the film at all, because I think the best parts of the film are when they're discovering their abilities and what they can do with them and how they grow as people.
Yeah. Yeah, that does sound interesting, actually.
I would recommend it.
Chronicles.
Chronicle.
Chronicle. Only the one.
It's a single chronicle.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, I think two of the main characters both have played superheroes in other films, or supers in other films.
Yeah. Because
Dane DeHaan, who played Andrew, played Green Goblin, and Michael B. Jordan played Johnny... No, that's not Johnny Blaze. Johnny Storm, is it? He played the Fantastic Four guy. Man, I feel really bad right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Storm, Human Torch.
Okay.
And also played Eric Killmonger Stevens in Black Panther.
Oh, yeah. But that was the main, the villain.
He was the villain.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good film.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he also played Cyborg in the Flashpoint Paradox.
Did he?
I never knew that. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I don't think you've ever seen the Flashpoint Paradox, have you?
I have not. I guess
you should watch it at some point.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good film.
Oh wait, is that? I thought that was. Is this not the series one?
Oh no, there's many Flash films.
Oh really?
And the Flash continuities. There's so many.
Oh god.
So there's the Flash from the 90s,
so
and there's the new Flash, and then there's the Justice League film, which is Justice League Flashpoint Paradox, which is a Justice League film about the Flash. And then there are just, I think there's a few Flash films as well.
Really?
And I think there was also a Flash TV series.
Oh, wasn't there a Flash TV series?
Like an animated TV series. And
okay.
At the same time, there's like Superman and Batman did theirs.
Okay.
I could be wrong on those last two, but I'm pretty sure there is. There is at very least a 90s series, a current series, like live action series, and the Justice League films.
Okay.
And he's in the Justice League series.
I had no idea there was so much.
There's a lot of DC continuity, Josh.
Jeez.
You need to be intimately familiar with it if you're going to understand Smallville.
Oh, do I?
No, not at all.
I would hope not. That's too much DC.
But man,
for me.
the costumes in Smallville aren't good. I want to let you know the Booster Gold costume is terrible.
The what?
Booster Gold, the greatest hero you've never known.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
That's his tagline. He's really good.
Is he?
Yeah, he's like a guy from the future who was a failure in the future, but comes back with advanced tech and becomes a hero in the past.
Okay. Okay, I like that. I kind of like that premise for a hero.
Because he came back to gain fame and fortune and realized there was more to being a hero, and now just does like a lot of support work.
Yeah.
Still pretty strong, but like, not always a mainstay in the Justice League.
I mean, if you're just using like technology that exists in the future.
It's like 500 years in the future. Like, imagine being in the medieval period with a shotgun or a fully automatic rifle.
Yeah, but you're also like in the medieval period where there are like other heroes that are also like very advanced compared to everyone else.
That's true.
And it's not like you created those things or like had natural abilities.
I'm not saying I am saying he's the greatest hero you've never heard of, but he's not Superman kind of strength. He's just like, yeah, I'm going to go and solve some disasters when they occur. He fought Doomsday.
Oh,
He didn't
really?
win, but he fought Doomsday.
I mean,
yeah, in the Death of Superman, Booster Gold is on the Justice League.
It's impressive when anyone can fight Doomsday.
I could fight Doomsday.
Okay, but when you say fight,
I didn't say Booster Gold won the fight.
Well,
I specifically said he didn't. And he also didn't hold up pretty well because Doomsday is insane.
Okay, well, when you say fight,
Superman
I kind of
didn't
assume...
even beat Doomsday.
Well, when you say fight, I assume like they survived for like more than 2 seconds.
I would survive more than 2 seconds against Doomsday. I'm just letting you know he's not that fast.
Okay, more than 2 seconds of actually fighting him.
I think I would survive less than 2 seconds.
You would survive like the time it takes for him to reel back and throw his fist forward.
To be fair, he is really fast. Like, as much as they say he's not that fast, he's probably about as fast as Superman.
Which
is really fast.
As we all know, he is fast enough to reverse time.
I don't think... Was that in a Christopher Reeves film?
I'm taking the films as canon.
Because that might be canon now.
Is it actually... He can... What? Is it canon that, like, spinning the Earth backwards reverses time?
Yeah, so... I'm trying to find the film. It's from Superman 1978. So...
Wow.
Which I believe is a Christopher Reeves film, but I could be wrong.
I can't believe Superman's a flipping boomer.
Yeah, so it's he's not a boomer though. It's 1978.
Yeah, but he was like what, 25 in 1978.
He was from the Greatest Generation as well. Well, in 1978, that would make him a boomer if he was 25. But he was around in like the 30s, so that would make him greatest.
Oh god.
So, yeah, this is canon.
Okay.
In the Arrowverse, at least.
So in
Smallville, the Arrowverse, the Flash, like 90s series, Superman going back in time is canon.
Does this also mean that spinning the Earth backwards means that
never
time
happened.
rewinds?
No, that never happened.
Well, that happened in the film.
No, what happened in the film, it still doesn't make sense, but what happened in the film was he went fast enough that he went back in time, and the visual effect of that was the Earth spinning backwards.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I can accept that a bit more.
I mean, it's still dumb. That's not how time travel works at all. So you get faster, like, time gets faster as well, because it's all relative to you, and maybe I'm wrong about that.
I mean, wasn't that the... I remember hearing some talk years ago where, like, they were saying how, like, time could bend back on itself. Like, I mean, there's no way...
It has to be in a Jeremy Bearimy.
Yeah, of course, in the Jeremy Bearimy. It's weird how it turns out like that. Yeah.
How did the writers of The Good Place know it was actually like that?
I don't know. I guess they asked like actual, architects and actual Janet.
The people who build buildings.
No, I mean architects of The Good Place.
Oh, that's what you mean?
Yeah. Well, they probably just asked a Janet.
She is an infinite source of knowledge.
I know. It's incredible.
It's weird how bad Janet changed, though. Spoilers for The Good Place. It is weird how bad Janet changed, that she's now good.
It is weird. That doesn't feel like it should happen.
Maybe be more explained in the next episode.
Why did... I was really
Why does it
hoping...
mid-season break? I don't like it.
Wait, is it a season break?
Mid-season break.
Oh, I thought that was just the end of the season.
No, this is the last season.
Okay, that makes... Because I thought it was the last season, but then I was wondering why it just ended on that episode.
There might be a release schedule, and I'm trying to find it. The next episode is on the 10th of January,
Oh my!
then the 17th, and
What?
then sometime in January and sometime in January.
So that's like a 2.5 month break.
Yeah, mid-season.
2.5 months.
Yeah, it's a mid-season break.
That
It could literally go on indefinite hiatus and come back in 10 years. It would still be a mid-season break.
Yeah, yeah, that would technically still be a mid-season break, but it's like, come on,
Longer than the season.
Come on, that's not I doubt they're still working on it, much at least.
They just seem to do. I think it's because people won't be watching.
Sorry?
It's probably because people won't be watching. I genuinely don't know why they do it. Because, like, a lot of American TV shows have mid-season breaks, and we don't have it in this country. We just sort of run the TV show until it ends.
Yeah. I prefer it that way. I don't like having to, like, leave it on a cliffhanger like that. And then just having to accept that for, like, a quarter of a year.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't like it, but it is how it is.
Yeah. I am interested to see, like, how this will end. I think
it will end with no answer. You know, we said we weren't going to do philosophy, and like we're not, but like this will not end with an answer. It will be
Probably
a very
not.
like nothing statement about how we should do what's best for us and good for everyone around us, because
Yeah.
doing good is our moral obligation, but maybe not.
But maybe not.
Yeah, he'll end with like, but maybe we should look after ourselves first, and that's actually the answer.
Yeah, balance. That's
so
the
I
answer.
think it's going to be it's going to have a very nothing ending. I could be wrong. I'd like to be wrong.
I'd be fine.
But like
with
they
that,
just take
though.
a stance.
I'd be fine.
Because like you don't have to agree with the conclusions the show comes to like the show.
No, I feel if you didn't agree with like the conclusion they come to, like for solving what the good, like the whole system, it would probably feel a little unsatisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh, but that I don't think that works. I think there are flaws. And then like all the characters like, nope, this is okay, this is cool. Like hey guys, we solved it. It's all done.
Let me tell you how this will go. So they'll sit down and they'll go, this is hard. We don't have a solution for the good place that's better than our current solution. So we're just going to give up and not try. And that's like...
You think they're just not going to try?
They're just going to wipe everything out of existence.
Well, that was what they were going to do, and that's
angels, humans, all of it.
Well, they were going to do that.
Well, no, they were going to wipe Earth.
Oh, so you think they're just going to do a hard reset on?
No, I don't think they're not going to do a hard reset. They're going to have like Eleanor and Chidi come up with like a way that the good place could work, and it's probably going to be a second Earth.
Oh, you're right. That's exactly what's going to happen. It
will either be a second Earth, or there'll be like smaller neighborhoods that when you die you go to.
Yeah, like it's a second test.
Yeah. It might end up just being testing until they get it right.
Yeah.
You just keep looping the system forever until eventually you get churned out into the good place.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
No.
It's like everyone has a chance at redemption. It sounds very good place, actually. Everyone has a chance at redemption. They just need more help or work.
Yeah. I mean, then that would get rid of the bad place entirely.
Yeah. Which Sean wouldn't be happy.
No, he wouldn't. I mean, he could...
I don't think Sean will ever be convinced. I think they're going to be like very hard on that one.
He'll remain who he is. I think.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad what happened to that other demon though. Do you remember?
Glenn just exploded.
Yeah, and then just completely got forgotten about. He was like genuinely trying to help help
Well, no,
everyone
they
out.
put him in a jar.
Oh yeah, it's cool. He's in a jar. That's
He's
cool.
going to reform.
It's
Do you think we'll ever see Squid Michael?
what the Lovecraftian
Because Michael
monster.
is actually a fire squid. Yeah, I think. Do you think we'll ever see like a kaiju battle between Michael
him
and like
between
Sean?
Oh, that's gonna be.
It doesn't seem like a way the Good Place could end. They couldn't do it with a fight.
Would that be something you'd like a Godzilla, a Godzilla style?
I would like it, but I think it would ruin the series.
It would, but it would be funny. Just like
unlike you, Josh, I don't do things just to be funny.
The straight to DVD movie, Michael versus Sean.
It's just like a really boring title.
It is.
Two very generic old man
Michael
names.
versus not giant fire squid versus I don't know. I don't even know what Sean is. Probably something.
Sean's probably just like
horrifying.
a normal demon.
It's just red with a tail. That's not no
Baby.
He just looks exactly the same. He just has a tail.
What, Sean is peak evil when he has a tail?
Yeah, that's all he needs to become that little.
I could
little
believe
bit more
that.
evil. Yeah. So it's a giant fire squid versus a regular guy with a tail.
Sean would win.
I don't know if he would.
We don't know how much power Sean has. He could be like.
Well,
He could be like Goku. He'd just like, oh yeah, I'm nowhere near as big as you, but guess what? I can like teleport, and I can punch like gods.
Guess what? I have unlimited reserves apparently.
Yeah, he has like Ultra Instinct now and Super Saiyan 3.
I flippin' loved Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
It's great. It's a great show.
I really liked it.
I'm sad that it's taking a while for the next season. But I get it.
It makes sense. Like it took that long.
I would have been fine with the ending now, as it is.
Yeah, so would I.
Like I want more, obviously, but the 1 through 60 is very good.
Yeah.
I mean, like 20 through 60 is very good. 1 through 20 is okay.
Like I don't think I had any problems with any character in that. They all they all had their place.
They bullied Yamcha a lot in the early seasons.
They did.
You may notice it turned down a lot.
Yeah.
Because they felt bad. The one they didn't like was the one where they had Yamcha hang himself.
Oh, that was still pretty good though.
It's a great joke.
Yeah.
But that was like a step too far, apparently.
Yeah. I get that. I get that.
What sucks is that their 18 voice actor is better than the real voice actor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard the voice actor for Goku as well, and I much prefer like
Masako X's Goku is like my Goku.
The abridged one.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. It's so good. That's Goku.
And to be fair,
as like
Lanny's Vegeta and Piccolo are also my Vegeta and Piccolo.
Vegeta is amazing.
He really is.
It's like that is. It's really weird to me, like how well all of those characters are voiced and written in the abridged series. It's like I don't know. It's probably like I would say it's better written and voiced than like most other cartoons that I've seen.
Have you seen it with the subtitles on?
I haven't. Are they great subtitles as well?
The Canadian subtitles are just jokes.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh my!
You can watch it a second time and you get a whole different experience.
Okay, I might have to.
People have like made notes on the subtitles. They're real subtitles. The non-Canadian ones are real, but the Canadian ones have jokes in them.
Okay, that seems like because I definitely want to rewatch it at some point.
And then there's the Team 4-Star commentary version.
Is there? Oh,
yeah. Well, they talk about each episode.
Oh wait, is that as subtitles or
no? That's just them sitting on a sofa and doing it. It's hard to find though.
Oh,
If I
really?
find it again, I will put it in the show notes, but I don't know if I will find it again.
Okay.
Because I like randomly stumbled across it one day and I'm like, I'm going to watch this. And then I watched it all.
Is it not on their channel?
Nope.
What?
I think it was a VOD for episode 60. They did it like the week before. No, not episode 60. Another one. Must have been for their anniversary.
Oh, okay.
Because they watched episode 60 while doing it.
Oh, okay.
And wasn't that an episode?
Wait, I honestly don't remember my numbers.
You don't remember episode 60? The last episode?
It's been...
You know the one where they fight Cell?
Oh, was it the final Cell thing? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was the final
it
three.
blends together so much because I watched it all within like a month. I was watching like quite a few episodes a day. So it did blend together a bit.
I know the Cell saga very well, the Team 4 Star version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the part I've watched the most. It's just the most consistently good.
Yeah. Yeah.
The jokes land more.
They really had it down, like what their kind of style was with it.
That's probably because they were taking like months at a time to get it done.
Yeah. It did make me sad, like looking at the upload dates while I was watching, because it started in like what,
2007?
Is it 2007? Holy crap.
Yeah.
And then it ended in 2019.
Ended is a strong word.
Okay, well, in current
Well,
state...
did you know all the episodes have titles?
Sorry?
All of the episodes have titles. They have names.
I would have thought so. I mean...
Like, it's not just called episode 60.
Oh, but they actually have, like, proper names.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
the episode 60, like the part 1, part 2, part 3 is Sell Out, part 1, Mitosis, Sell Out, part 2, Apoptosis, and Sell Out, part 3, Necrosis.
That's pretty good.
They have, like, great names.
Yeah.
Like, there's Cellmates, there's a Flashpoint in here.
Oh,
which,
really?
that's odd. I'm trying to find where I started. I started on episode 53. That's when I like found this series.
Oh, really? So did you go back and start from the start?
Yeah, I watched it and I was like, oh, that was pretty good. I'll watch the rest.
Okay.
So that was June 2nd, 2016. The final episode,
Wow,
so in like the main series, was December 25th, 2018. So nearly a year ago.
Wait,
was the last episode.
I thought they had one this year. Oh no,
they had.
I'm thinking of
Kai.
Okay, I'm thinking.
They named for Fool's Day Kai, and then they had the remaining two.
I'm thinking of Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online did have a new episode.
That's another series which was also very good.
Unlike Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, actually watchable most of the time.
I still haven't finished Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. I've only got like 7 episodes left.
I would like to remind you, I stopped on the last episode of Iron Fist, so I'm not going to judge.
Yeah.
I
mean, I will. I'll probably watch it sometime soon-ish.
No, you won't.
It's still in my tabs.
It's not great.
It's not great.
Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has high highs and not super low lows, but low enough that it can be like dull. But I don't think Dragon Ball Z has that issue. I think Dragon Ball Z is consistently at least very good.
Yeah. If
you ignore the beginning.
Even the beginning, like, I mean, probably when I go back to watch it, I'll see. But like I remember when I first started watching it, it was making me laugh out loud like quite often, which is not that like it's not common that like cartoons do that to me. Really,
I wouldn't call this a cartoon.
I mean, I mean, I mean, it is,
It's anime.
which is Japanese
Nope,
cartoons.
nope, not having it. Not having it.
I mean,
Because it's an abridged version of an anime. I think it's sufficiently
okay.
removed from cartoon.
Oh, okay. I mean, it still fits within the same category for me, but I realize it is different.
Also, is it like no anime you laugh at?
Well, I mean, I was consistently laughing out loud, like properly
Well,
laughing at it, but
yeah, that's unusual.
there's not a huge amount of thing like Rick and Morty. Have you been watching the new season?
Nah.
Okay, I find
I will eventually. When it all comes out, I'll binge the whole thing.
yeah, like it's good. I've been finding parts of it funny, but nothing really makes me actually laugh properly. There's there's not I mean I still think it's funny, but it doesn't actually like get me in that sort of way.
Yeah.
It takes I think it takes like probably a certain type of comedy as well. As well. Yeah, just like
I found lately that like I need funny shows.
yeah.
The dark depressing shows. I've gone through so many of them over the past year that I'm just like I just need some comedy in this.
Oh,
Like I cannot put up with shows that don't have like an ounce of humor.
you should watch Mr. Robot. It's so funny.
Is it funny? I've heard it's good, but I've never heard that it's funny.
It's not. It is good though.
I might like Mr. Robot though because it might appeal to like part of the. It's a hacking show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might watch it. I don't know. It's on the list, but like, so's Evangelion, and you know, I meant to talk about it today, but I feel like I'm gonna leave it until another time, another day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
but Eva, like Spider-Man, overhyped.
I was thinking about that actually, like earlier, and it is. I would say yes, it is overhyped, but I would. I think it could also be argued that the fact that it is overhyped is also overhyped.
You say this a counterculture to the counterculture.
Yeah, I think people like it's a thing that people.
I haven't seen too many people say it.
No, I mean, well,
No.
I guess my only like other experience, well, like my only other uh opinions that I get on anime is from you and like you saying like you relaying Pep Ben's thoughts as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And both of you are of the opinion that like Eva and Cowboy Bebop are overrated.
I don't know what Pippin thinks about Eva. I know that Joanna thinks that Eva is kind of overrated. They like it more than I did.
Yeah.
Like the bits that I've seen of it.
Okay.
I just so I was expecting so much, and now anything I get is a letdown.
I think I went into it knowing that it was like a lot of people really liked it, but not I didn't go into it expecting anything really. Like I didn't know what type of show it was. I like all I knew that there were robots. There were like big robots, and there was a kid who piloted one, and that was it. I tried to stay very like open to what was going to happen.
I was really disappointed when I found out Shinji wasn't a woman because like I haven't really seen much Evangelion prior to this, so I just thought, oh, Shinji's just like a masculine-ish looking female. Because then they're quite short. They're not like too short, but they're like 5'3" or whatever.
I guess I can kind of see that. I mean, I definitely. Well, okay, since it's like it is like like a high school kid, I think I assumed more that it was like a guy. Although like in comparison to like Kurapika in Hunter x Hunter.
Right. Kurapika, I'm convinced is a woman, even though I know for a fact is a man.
I know. I think I would have liked it more if they were.
They just were.
Yeah, because I don't know why.
Well, I think it's because their voice actor's really good, and the voice is what I associate with the character, and they look like a woman.
Yeah.
And they're voiced by, a woman.
Yeah, I guess.
But not in the same way that Killer was voiced by a woman. They just have a female voice.
Well, Killer was also like a kid.
A child, yeah.
Yeah, so it's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, he's like 12?
Yeah.
I can imagine that voice coming from a child.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine Killua's voice coming from a man.
Yeah, it's... I mean, it's fine. It doesn't really change it too much, but...
It doesn't, but when I look at them, I just think, oh, that's a woman. I don't care what they say, that's a woman.
Yeah. Yeah, you're free to, like, imagine it how you want to.
God, that's a good show, though. Hunter x Hunter.
It is. And just like other good shows, like Dragon Ball Z Abridged and Sword Art Online Abridged, we're going to have to wait a long, long time for more to come out.
Yep.
If not never.
You really take Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood for granted when you realise that's a complete story, start to finish.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's good all the way.
There were parts that I thought like
weren't as good.
I think... I mean, I struggled to like remember exactly like what parts, but
you watched it like 2 years ago, right? And also, it's a long series.
It is, yeah, it really is. Because I like obviously like binged it like over the course of like a few weeks, probably. Well, actually, it was probably like a couple of months that I watched it over. But yeah, it does all blend together.
We've talked about a lot of TV shows today.
We have.
It's like TV show and games.
But that is
the podcast.
This is like those are the two things that we do most.
Should we just rebrand?
To what?
Well, I guess to be fair, we just rebranded into DisConnected.
Oh yeah, it's true. Matt's just not here anymore. He's gone forever.
The best part is he's going to listen to this because we're going to tell him to, and he's going to get so bored.
He will because he doesn't know anything about this. Oh, but it's the time that we get to talk about this though.
This is what happens when Matt isn't here.
Yeah, we can. It's good because we can talk about anime and other.
Yeah, but like in the next week or the week after, I'm going to have finished Eva, and then I'm going to try and talk about it again.
Oh, there'll be another DisConnected.
You think he's not going to turn up again?
Well, at some point.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We should finish up.
Yeah, I mean, just another reminder: if you haven't done already, go back to episode 3.
I was going to do that as well. I'm so glad we're in sync.
Yeah, just rack those views up, get those views in.
If you could
really
just get get the views and likes on this one really high as well, so that we can rub it in Matt's face.
Yeah, make sure this is like the
highest rated unviewed episode.
Yes, yeah. I think that would that'd be a nice insult. Well, I guess that's it.